Hi all crochet lovers, this is one more interesting crochet stitch that I came across. To make this stitch you will need 13 chains for one pattern. So I am going to start with a chain of 13 and another 13 plus 1 for the border. I am making 2 repeats of the pattern. I made a chain of 27, 13 plus 13 for 2 patterns and 1 for border. For row 1, make a chain of 3 for the height, then make a chain of 5, now skip these 8 stitches. From the 9th stitch count 4 stitches, skip these 4 stitches. In the 5th stitch do a double crochet, double crochet in the 6th stitch, a chain of 2. In the 7th and the 8th stitches do 2 more double crochets, now make a chain of 5, skip 4 stitches. In the 5th stitch do a double crochet, this is the first row of the pattern. So this is what we made right now: a double crochet, chain of 5, 2 sets of double crochets, a chain of 2 in the middle and another chain of 5. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing for the next set of pattern and come back. So I completed earlier till this. Now I didn't do any extra double crochet, I just went ahead and did chain of 5, then 2 sets of double crochets with chain 2 in the middle and then chain 5 here, and then I ended it with a double crochet here. For row 2 do a chain of 3 for the height. Here you did a chain of 5, now we'll do a chain of 4. Go into these 2 double crochets and do 2 double crochets over them. In this chain 2, do 2 double crochets. Now make a chain of 2 and then do 2 more double crochets in the same chain space. Two double crochets over these 2 double crochets. Now chain of 4 and a double crochet over this double crochet. So that was row 2, which is this one here. Now I'm going to do again a chain of 4 here and 4 sets of double crochets and then chain of 4 and end it with a double crochet. That's row 2. For row 3, I'll make a chain of 3 and then a chain of 3 again. Now above all these double crochets, I'll do double crochets. In this chain space, I'll do 2 more double crochets, followed by a chain of 2, 2 more double crochets in the same chain space, and 4 double crochets over these 4 double crochets. So now we have 6 double crochets here. Last row we had 4 and we started with 2. So we are increasing 2 in every row. We'll have a chain of 3 here, and then we'll end this pattern with a double crochet over this double crochet. And I'll repeat the same thing over this with a chain of 3 and 6 double crochets, a chain of 2 here, a chain of 3 and a double crochet here. So that's completed row 3. In row 4 we will have 8 double crochets on both sides, a chain of 3 and then a chain of 2. Over these 6 double crochets, do double crochets, 2 double crochets in this chain space, chain of 2, 2 more double crochets in the same chain space, and 6 double crochets over these double crochets, a chain of 2 and a double crochet over this double crochet, and continue the pattern here. Now this is the last row of the pattern. For that, make a chain of 3 and then chain of 1. Do double crochets over all of these double crochets, and 2 double crochets in this chain space, chain of 2, 2 more double crochets in the same chain space, and double crochets over all these double crochets, chain 1 and double crochet over this double crochet, and repeat the pattern. This is the completed pattern. For the next repeat, we will have this shape in this area over here. So I have to make half of this shape here and a full shape over here. So for making half of the shape here, I need to make a chain of 3, a chain of 1. In this chain space, I'll do 2 double crochets and then make a chain of 5. In this area where we had a chain space, we'll do a double crochet, chain of 5. In this chain space, I'll do 2 double crochets, a chain of 2, and in the next chain space, I'll do 2 more double crochets, and then a chain of 5. I'll go to this area. In this chain space, I'll do a double crochet, a chain of 5. Here, in this chain space, 2 double crochets, a chain of 1, and a double crochet in the end stitch. Now if you see, this is not forming properly, this is getting curled. So whichever is your front side, this is my back side. So this is your front side. You need to pull it a little forward like this. When you do that, these chain 5s are going to go back. I'll show you when we reach the third row of this pattern. We are going to join this here like this, which I have done here. So when I reach to the third row of this pattern, I'll explain that to you. For the next row, do a chain of 3, a chain of 1. In this chain space, do 2 double crochets and two more double crochets over these 2 double crochets. We did chain of 5 here earlier. Now we'll do chain of 4, and then we will do a double crochet over this double crochet. We'll repeat the same pattern by doing chain of 4, doing 2 double crochets over these 2 double crochets, for the next row we'll do a chain of 3, chain of 1, 2 double crochets in this chain space, 4 double crochets over these 4 double crochets, a chain of 3 because we had a chain of 4 in the previous row. And now this is important. This is the back side. This is the wrong side of the garment. So this shape from the previous pattern is going to go back, and I'm going to place this spot where I'm going to do the double crochet now just above this sharp edge of the shape that I made in the previous row. So I'm going to do a double crochet. I'll insert my hook into this, through this, which is the top edge. So let me show it to you again. This is how it was. I'm going to push this backwards and this downwards. Now I'm going to insert my hook into this double crochet and then into this point, so that this point gets stuck at this place, and then I'm going to pull and do the double crochet and then a chain of 3, and I'll repeat my pattern here. So if you turn to the right side, you'll see that this shape is standing out now. If you can just leave it open like this without tucking, but sometimes it may go back. In this pattern, in the first repeat of the pattern, I didn't tuck it to the 3rd row here, but later on I started tucking it so that I don't have to worry about adjusting it every time. It may go like this if you don't tuck it. So it's better to tuck it. You can actually use this as a skirt. So here again I will do all the double crochets. I have to do 6 double crochets here, a chain of 2, another 6 double crochets here, and then I'll come back. So I made a chain of 3. Now again it's the time when I have to tuck this. So I'll push it back and bring this down, go into the double crochet, go into the pattern, and then do the double crochet, and just continue the pattern by doing chain of 3 and finishing the double crochets. But not every time that you do the pattern you will have to do it from the wrong side. Like here, the first time I did, I had to do it from the wrong side, from the back side. But the second time when I repeated the pattern here, I had to do it from the front side. So again what I did that time, when I had to do it from the front side, the tucking, I put this down and bring this up, and then I went from here into the double crochet, and then I did the double crochet. So just make sure that whenever you are bringing this forward, this comes forward on the right side. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this pattern. For more images and written instructions of this pattern, you can visit my website cherrycheeksquickstitches.com.